is the most embarrassed I've ever felt to be a Chelsea fan. Literally, we've conceded 12 goals in 4 flipping games. We just get absolutely thumped by Everton, yeah? Who put 3 past us, 3-0. The last time I remember us getting thumped by Everton was probably when they had Stephen Naismith and he bagged a hat-trick against us. He put a hat-trick on our head. Today, Beto puts a brace on our head. I could say so much today. And the likelihood of me being cancelled would probably be very, very high. So I'm going to tone it down so that I don't get cancelled. But I'm going to get my message across. I promise you that. From minute 1, I said this is the most nervous I've ever seen Chelsea. I know that we conceded a lot of goals and we're not on a great spell of form. But I'd expect to see somewhat of confidence in these professional footballers. No, I didn't see that. And it all stemmed from Sanchez's mistake from minute 1 that nearly led to them scoring. And that nervousness set the tone for the whole day. Please look at the defending for that first goal. It's cowardice. It's a joke. It's abysmal. James Garner picks the ball up. Yeah, he's in an ocean of space in our own half in the middle of the park. Romeo Lavia's there, João Pedro's there. There's no ownership. No one wants to commit. Nobody wants to block a passing lane. Nobody wants to commit and push him out wide. No, they're just letting him walk through and pick out a pass like he's on the training ground for Beto. Wesley Fun didn't cover himself in any glory there. He could have taken 2 yards off. He could have read the ball better. But no, he was just playing catch up. The communication. Why is there no one blocking that passing lane? Why is the line not higher up? Why? There's so many ways that you could have stopped that first goal. And that goes back to the big O word, ownership. We've just got embarrassed once again. And I'm sick and tired of this. Because as much as I hate these sporting directors, as much as I hate these owners, as much as I think this manager's tactically inept, there's still 11 on 11 on that pitch. And you can do a far better job than this. But I don't think these players are playing for Rossini anymore. Fair play. Then play for the people that are travelling. Play for the people that are waking up at God knows how many hours in Thailand or Africa that want to watch your games. Play for the badge. Like, what else do I have to say? The second goal just shows another level of incompetence. Andre Santos picking the wrong pass out in midfield and them just countering us and then scoring. Of course, and Robert Sanchez allowing it to go through under his legs. Like, there are so many things wrong with the players on the pitch that sometimes, yeah, we forget about it. I know, like, we do not like these owners. I know that. But these players are not covering themselves in glory. They have to be performing better than this. They're on millions and millions a year, bro. I could pick out anybody. But do you know who I'm going to start with? Start with one of the players. That's one of the highest paid players at the football club. 200k a week, I believe. Yeah, he's meant to be marshalling a defense. A guy that's literally been in A&E since he joined the club. A guy that's around 25 years old, that should be hitting his prime, that should be playing at a much higher level than this. Wesley Fofana. Listen, when it comes to Wesley Fofana, besides probably the Everton home game at the beginning of the season where he was man of the match in my opinion, he's been poor or he's been below standards for majority of the games, for 80% of the games. We spent 80 million on this guy. He's so bad at every facet of defending. Inbox defending, forget about it. Marshalling the defense, forget about it. Communication, he's poor. 1v1 defending, his agility's gone after those knee injuries. And he's a man that gets away with a lot. Because not a lot of people call him out. But I've been calling him out for some time. And I've been expecting better performances than this. But he's been diabolical. And somehow every week he gets away with murder. When you think about the ball playing ability of him, he is so bad. Like, he can barely hit a diag. He can barely put a ball in behind. He can't do any of those cute passes when he's under pressure. No. He barely ever passes forward. He's always passing back. You know that's not Robert Sanchez's strong suit. Sometimes take ownership and start playing those intricate passes. Get the ball to the midfielders. Get the ball to the attackers. He can't do that. And as a man that literally watched John Terry and Thiago Silva at my club, and David Luiz even, those guys could get the ball up to our attackers. This guy can't. Just does not have the passing range. He doesn't have the calmness to find a pass, to pick out a pass. And when your defenders can do that, it takes so much pressure off of you. Because now the other team have to worry. Shall I press this guy? I can't press him too much. He's smart. he can pick out a pass. Maybe I have to press him to an angle. No, you could just press Wesley Fofana, bro. He's not that good on the ball. Enzo Fernandez, thank you for coming out and saying everything that you said. Do you know why? Because it was about time somebody said it. Maybe you're not going to be here. I wouldn't blame you if you are. I'm not too keen on you, I'll be real. I don't love you. I don't think that you're nowhere near the money that we paid for you. But thank you for calling him out. But can you do something for me? Whilst you're calling out these owners, whilst you're talking about the possibility of you not being here, could you start putting in some world-class performances? Or class performances at that? Because it seems like once every 6 games on average since you've been at Chelsea, you put in a good performance. Literally. You were diabolical today, as you've been for probably majority of this season. The amount of yellow cards that Caicedo has this season, a lot of the time, is because he's been compensating for you and your lack of ability to get back. You always wanted to be up there. Fair enough, maybe the managers that you've been with want you to box crash. But I don't know. Maybe just be a bit more aware of the counter attack and be in the right position and have that footballing IQ to cut out passes. No, you can't do that. 90% of the yellow cards that I've seen Moises Caicedo have, he's on an island of space dealing with 3 people counter attacking through the midfield. Caicedo's been a shell of himself. Shell. We were literally saying he's one of the best midfielders in the world. Defensive, of course. But no, he's been poor. Cole Palmer. It seems like he can't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? I love that guy. He had one of the greatest breakout seasons I've ever seen for a Premier League player in my life. Probably in history. Incredible. But could you start putting in some performances? You've got the talent in abundance to show some individual quality. There were times where we weren't a great team. I'll be honest. And Juan Mata was carrying us. Why? Because he was showing his individual quality as a player. Yes, the 11-12 season, we won the Champions League. But if you go back to that 12-13 season, we weren't phenomenal. We weren't great. But he was putting in some ridiculous performances. He was getting assists, goals, man of the matches. Why can't you do that? Chelsea's a very fragile team. We're not the most physically imposing. When you think about it, like, João Pedro, yeah, he's got very good hold-up play, but he's not physically imposing. Cole Palmer, you know what I mean? Andre Santos, Enzo Fernandez, Pedro Neto. Tosin is not physically imposing. He's tall, but he's not physically imposing. Chalobah. We're so mentally fragile as well. The physical fragility combined with this mental fragility, it's just a recipe for disaster. All of this comes back to how this team was constructed by these idiotic sporting directors. Egbali, Paul Winstanley, Lawrence Stewart, Joe Shields. Joe Shields is living off this Palmer signing. For every one good signing you lot have brought to this club, you have 8 horrible signings to go with it. No front or shirt sponsor for 3 years, probably losing out on 150 million. And now we're in financial trouble if we don't get Champions League. You come in, you're a private equity company. You come in, and guess what? Private equity is meant to make money. You can't even make money. You're not going to make money off half of these players because they're shit. The fact that Garnacho and Delap are coming on and we spent 2.5 billion shows you everything. We're getting put in a pack home and away. Stamford Bridge is practically a community centre nowadays. All the rival fans come out with their sliders, they're putting their feet up. The rival fans are practically telling us fans to go get them a cup of coffee. I think we've got 7 wins at home this season. I think we've got 1 flipping clean sheet under Liam Rosenior. And that was against Brentford. A game that we should have lost, that we were shocking in. Liam Rosenior, I know I made a joke about you with your blazer and your hoodie. But bro, you're killing me. I can't keep watching you. Shocking managerial appointment. A man that should not be here. Tactically inept. He's got 1 Premier League clean sheet since he's come into this club. He's only won the games that he has to win. Every time he has to face adversity, beat someone where there's going to be a lot of competition there, he loses. Bar that Villa game where they had 3 midfielders out injured and they were on poor form. Rosenior's up there with some of the worst managers I've ever seen for Chelsea. I've seen Graham Potter. I've seen Villas-Boas. I've seen Benitez. Jorgensen in the first leg of a Champions League game away from home. He would have played him the second game if he was available. You destroyed Sanchez's confidence. Even though Sanchez, I don't think he's the answer, and I think we need a better keeper. He wasn't this bad. You're trying to make him play out from the back. He doesn't have that capability. Enzo Maresca utilized his ability to distribute long. From time to time, he'd go short, but he'd be hitting those wing backs. He'd be hitting those wingers. Now you're trying to turn him into what? Manuel Neuer, he doesn't have that capability. Know what you have. You don't inherit West Brom of 2016 and try playing tiki-taka football. No, you hoof it to Salomon Rondon and work from there. I'm saying we're West Brom. We're probably closer to West Brom than we are to the... Oh, I hate to say this. Probably closer to them than we are to the guys that are leading the title charge. I don't want to say their names. People are paying their hard-earned money for this. I've got nothing else to say.